I'm going to quickly go over the different types of note values that are in most common music. When you see music on a staff, you'll always see written notes that look like some kind of dot with a bar hanging out of it. Sometimes those bars have flags on them, sometimes those bars are open, or sometimes those notes have no filled in space. Sometimes there are no bars at all. So these actually all have different, although they might, besides being on different pitches, they have different rhythmic values, which I'll teach really quickly right now. The first one you have is a whole note, which is simply an open circle with no staff on it. That has 4 lengths to it. Now, 4 simply means that in whatever time signature you are in, whatever is a single count on the song, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how long it lasts. Now, within a whole note, you can have 2 half notes, which are the same opened circle, but then you just add a bar to it. These are called half notes, and you can think of it as each of these is half of a whole note, and they each hold 2. So if this is the tempo of your song, then here's one half note, another one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now each of these can be broken up into quarter notes where you just fill that dot now. And once again, when you think back to the original whole note, each of these holds a quarter or 1/4 of that total amount of time that the whole note takes. So these each are 1 count. So if this is your tempo, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, you have eighth notes, which is the same as a quarter note, but you just add a flag to the top. And this means that in the same space of 1 quarter note, you'll have 2 eighth notes, which means that in the space of 1 half note, you'll have 4 eighth notes, which means that in the space of 1 whole note, you'll have 8 eighth notes, which is where it derives its name. Eighth. And you want to think of these as, well, you can write these for now, but at this point, you just want to think of it as 2 of them are in 1 quarter note, because you'll typically see them linked together, and this has the same value as this. And from here you can go on further, where a 16th note has 2 flags, and they're just the same kind of pyramid tree. And you can go on, but most music is based on these tempos. So if we remove all of this and think about these as in actual music, each of these is actually usually 1 bar. If your time signature is 4/4, which I'll explain in a separate video, then each of these is a bar. They occupy 1 musical bar. So then if your tempo is this, 2, 3, 4, 1,